stars. I never knew there were so many, or that they moved. Down there in Rapture, the ceiling was fixed, glass and steel and coral holding back the ocean. It felt permanent, solid, like the lies I was built on. Up here, it feels like breathing for the first time. Real air, cold, sharp, smells like pine and earth and something burning that isn't flesh or splicers. Good smells. I think I remember Kansas, wide fields, golden wheat that seemed to go on forever, a farmhouse, warm light in the windows, my mother humming. Was that real or just implanted, like the memory of boarding that plane? Go visit your cousins in England, Jack. See the world. Such a reasonable request. Would you kindly step onto the plane, Jack? Would you kindly trust the man who seems to know the way? The crash, that felt real enough. The screaming metal, the cold shock of the Atlantic, black water swallowing light. The salt tasted like tears. Then, that lighthouse, standing alone in the fury of the storm. A beacon, a trap. Down the bathysphere, into the belly of the beast, into Andrew Ryan's impossible dream turned nightmare. Rapture. It was beautiful, in a terrible, decaying way, like a corpse dressed in jewels. Art Deco grandeur crumbling under the weight of ADAM and ambition, and the people, or what was left of them, splicers, twisted by plasmids, addicted, maddened, grotesque parodies of humanity, hunting, screaming, their eyes hollow, like mine felt later, when I knew. Plasmids, they came, easily, too easily. Electrobolt coursing through my fingers, incinerate, bursting from my palm, like flexing a muscle I'd always had, like the wrench, how naturally it fit my hand, how easily it broke bone. Was that training or design? Did Suchong program the violence into my cells along with the strength? Did he watch me learn to kill as efficiently as I learned to walk? Probably. He documented everything, cold, clinical, like describing a machine. Then, Atlas, over the radio, that voice, rough, Irish, desperate. Help me, boyo. They got me, family, please. A lifeline in the drowning city, someone who needed me, or needed the weapon I was. Would you kindly find a radio? Would you kindly get past those splicers? Would you kindly... It sounded like a request. Polite. Reasonable. How could I refuse a man fighting for his family? How could I know it was the key turning in the lock of my own mind, the chain tightening, and I followed his voice through Neptune's bounty, Arcadia, Fort Frolic. Places of wonder turned slaughterhouses. Cohen, that artist, he saw something in me, something performative, something useful, like everyone else. But the little sisters, they were different, small, broken things, eyes wide and black, corrupted by the sea slugs, the atom, draining corpses with those needles, guided by those lumbering guardians, big daddies, monsters, or protectors. It depended on your perspective, on who you were designed to be. Tenenbaum, she found me. Over the radio, like Atlas, but different, haunted, guilty. You must save them, Jack. They are little ones. They did not ask for this horror. Save them, or harvest them. Take the atom they carried, the raw power that fueled plasmids, and end them. Atlas, Fontaine. He pushed for harvest. Think of the power, boyo. Think of what you could do. Power. To kill better. To fulfill my purpose faster. But the atom, it wasn't just power. It was them. Their life, twisted, yes. But life. I'd look into those eyes. Blank, yet somehow pleading. Was that my imagination? Or was there a spark buried deep under the parasite? I couldn't plunge the needle. Not into something so small. So, stolen. Like my own childhood was stolen. Someone had to protect them. Someone had to choose differently. So I did. I freed them. Gave them the cure Tenenbaum made. Took the atom, yes, but gently. Let them live. It was the first real choice I remember making. The first thing I did. Because I wanted to. Not because the chain was pulled. Atlas. Fontaine. He didn't like that. His voice got harder, less Irish, more impatient. Then Ryan, the man himself, the architect, the father, my father. That word, it still tastes like rusted metal. We fought our way to him, through his personal guard, through his death traps. He was waiting, in that office, surrounded by screens, watching me, studying me. He knew. He'd pieced it together. The board. Would you kindly? Photographs, timelines, my life, laid bare as a blueprint for betrayal. Frank Fontaine's ace in the hole, his son, engineered to kill him. He demonstrated, calmly, terribly calm. Would you kindly run? And my legs moved. Would you kindly pick up that golf club? My hand closed around it. Would you kindly step closer? I stepped. A man chooses, Jack. A slave obeys. His eyes, knowing, accepting, defiant. Would you kindly obey? And I did. I brought the club down, again and again and again, until he was gone. My father, killed by his son, his weapon, his slave. The conditioning. It wasn't just suggestions. It was absolute. My body wasn't mine. My will was a phantom. The horror. It wasn't just the act. It was the realization that everything, the plane crash, trusting Atlas, fighting through Rapture, all of it was command. I was a puppet. Fontaine's fist inside my mind, moving me where he willed. The chain wasn't just on my wrist. It was wrapped around my soul. After the rage, Fontaine dropped the act. The Irish brogue vanished. It was just him, Frank Fontaine, smug, triumphant. He'd won, used me to kill his enemy. Now he had Rapture, and I was obsolete, a tool to be discarded. He tried to kill me, triggered something, code yellow. My heart, it stopped for a moment. Darkness, then light, small hands, gentle voices. The little sisters, the ones I'd saved. They found me, brought me back. Tenenbaum, too. She did something while I was out. Cut the strings, severed the chain Fontaine held. When I woke, the silence in my head, it was deafening. The constant pressure, the expectation of command. Gone. Just quiet. My own thoughts. For the first time. Ever. Was this real? Or just another layer of the dream? The final fight. Fontaine, bloated on Adam, a monstrous thing. That wasn't just about stopping him. It was about choosing. My choice. Tenenbaum gave me the tools, the plasmids, the tonics, the knowledge. But the fight, the will to fight, that was mine. Using the very things I was engineered with against my creator, my jailer. The irony, it wasn't lost on me, becoming part Big Daddy myself. The drill, it felt right, necessary, to protect them, to protect the little sisters, to break free, finally, truly free. And here, the surface, the escape, the sunlight, real sunlight. It burned at first, felt alien, wrong, like surfacing into a dream after drowning. But the air, the space, the openness, it started to feel like possibility, like a blank page, after a book written entirely by someone else. We travel, find places like this, quiet, away. They sleep, peacefully mostly. The ADAM withdrawal, it's hard. They have nightmares, whimpers in the dark, like I do. But they're healing, becoming children again. as much as they can. They call me Papa Jack. It's strange, terrifying, wonderful. Was I ever a child? Did I ever need a father? Or was I just assembled? Did I become real? And when I saved the first sister, when I refused Fontaine, when I chose not to harvest, when Tenenbaum cut the strings? Or is it happening now? Sitting by this fire under these stars, listening to their soft breathing, the weight of choice. It's heavier than I imagined. Down there, in the pressure of the deep, Atlas, Fontaine, carried it for me, told me where to go, what to do. Now, every step, every turn, every decision about food, shelter, safety for them. It's mine. It's terrifying, exhausting, but it's mine. This burden of freedom, this gift. Am I still his weapon, Ryan's failed son, Fontaine's broken tool? Or am I Jack? Just Jack? The man who chose to save little girls in a drowning city? The man who tends this fire? The man who looks at the stars and feels small, wonderfully, terrifyingly small, and real. Maybe that's what makes someone human, not how you're made, but what you do with the choices you find, the compassion you show when no one commands it, the fires you build against the darkness, because you choose to keep something warm. They deserved better than Rapture, than Fontaine, than Ryan. Maybe I did too. Maybe we all deserve the chance to build something real, out here, under the open sky, one hesitant, unchained choice at a time. Shh, it's all right, just the fire cracking, just the wind. Papa Jack's here, you're safe, we're safe, go back to sleep.